Every maintenance car owners should know explained. Washing your car properly. Let's face it, washing your car probably isn't at the top of your weekend to-do list, but it's far more important than most people realize. Think of it like brushing your teeth. Skip it for too long and the consequences get expensive and unpleasant real quick. Those seemingly harmless spots of bird poop on your roof, they're actually highly acidic and can literally eat through your clear coat and paint if left too long. Same goes for tree sap, dead bugs, and road tar. They're slowly destroying your car's paint. The good news is you don't need to be a detailing expert to wash your car properly, but throwing a dirty sponge at it with some dish soap isn't going to do anyone any favors. That's actually worse than not washing it at all. The proper technique uses 2 buckets, one with soapy water and one with clean water for rinsing your wash mitt. This prevents you from grinding dirt particles back into your paint and creating those swirl marks that make your car look like a CD under direct sunlight. Always start from the top and work your way down, since the dirtiest parts of your car are closest to the ground thanks to gravity. Before you even touch your car with that wash mitt, give it a good rinse with a hose or pressure washer to knock off loose dirt. It's like flossing before brushing. Taking off the big chunks first makes the cleaning more effective, and for goodness sake, don't use dishwashing soap. It strips away protective waxes and leaves your paint vulnerable. Car shampoo is specifically formulated to be gentle on automotive paint while still removing grime. Remember, the outside of your car isn't just about looks. Clean windows, mirrors, and lights directly impact your safety on the road. Next time you're tempted to skip the car wash because it's just going to get dirty again anyway, remember that's like skipping a shower because you'll just get sweaty tomorrow. Your car deserves better than that. And so do you. Changing windshield washer fluid. All that cleaning would do you no good if you can't see through the windshield clearly. That's why every driver should know how to refill their windshield washer fluid. Driving with a dirty windshield is like trying to watch a movie with smudged glasses. You might see the general picture, but you'll miss all those details that could mean the difference between a safe trip and a fender bender. So windshield washer fluid. This bright blue liquid isn't just colored water. It's specifically formulated to cut through road grime, bug splatter, and even light ice that regular water would struggle with. Finding your washer fluid reservoir is easier than finding the milk in your refrigerator. Just pop the hood and look for a container with a windshield or water spray icon on the cap. Unscrewing the cap is about as complicated as opening a soda bottle, and then you simply pour in the fluid until it reaches the full line. As for wiper blades, you should remember that they take a beating from the elements and need regular replacement, no matter how premium they are. Changing wiper blades is easier than building IKEA furniture. Most simply clip into place with a small release tab, or just slide in. You don't need special tools or mechanical expertise. If you can replace batteries in a remote control, you can handle replacing the wiper blades. Changing the engine air filter. Your engine needs to breathe just like you do, and the engine air filter is essentially its mask. Imagine trying to run a marathon while breathing through a dirty sock. That's exactly what your engine experiences when it's forced to operate with a clogged air filter. This part plays a crucial role in your engine's performance, trapping dust, dirt, pollen, and even bugs before they can enter your engine's delicate internals. Most vehicles have their engine air filter housed in a plastic box called the air box, typically on one side of the engine bay and connected to a series of intake tubes. Once you've found it, simply undo the clips or screws, lift the lid, and there's your filter, usually sitting in a slot. Installing the new filter is as simple as dropping it into place and securing the lid. Most cars will automatically adjust to the improved airflow. A clogged engine air filter restricts airflow, which can lead to reduced horsepower, decreased fuel efficiency, and in the long run, potentially cause engine damage. The engine air filter typically needs to be replaced every 15,000 to 30,000 miles, but this can vary based on your vehicle manufacturer's recommendations and your driving conditions. It's like your body naturally breathing deeper once you clear a stuffy nose. Always check your owner's manual. For the $15 to $25 you'd have to spend on a new air filter, it might be the most affordable performance upgrade you can give your car, like buying your engine a new pair of lungs for the price of a pizza. Changing the cabin air filter. If air from the outside were pumped into the cabin with all the dust and debris it contains, you'd be coughing more than driving. This is where your cabin air filter comes to the rescue. It's like a protective mask for your car's entire ventilation system. Every time you turn on your air conditioning, heating, or just the fan, outside air gets sucked through this filter before reaching your lungs. It catches everything from pollen and dust to exhaust fumes and even tiny particles you can't see, making sure that the air you breathe inside your vehicle is significantly cleaner than what's swirling around outside on busy streets. Most people completely forget this filter exists until their air conditioning starts feeling like it's barely working, even on the highest setting. That's usually your car's way of telling you the filter is so clogged it's like trying to breathe through a wool sweater. Replacing it is surprisingly simple and typically takes less time than brewing a cup of coffee. In most vehicles, you just need to remove or drop down the glove box, usually by pressing a couple of tabs or removing a few screws. Locate the rectangular filter housing, slide out the old dirty filter, and slip in the fresh one. A dirty cabin air filter can lead to musty odors in your car, reduced airflow from your HVAC system, making your AC or heater less effective, and an increase in allergens and dust inside the cabin. This can be particularly problematic for people with allergies or respiratory issues. Cabin air filters generally need to be replaced more frequently than engine air filters, often every 12,000 to 15,000 miles, or at least once a year. Again, check your owner's manual and consider your driving conditions. For around $15 to $30, it's a small price for a more comfortable and healthier driving environment. Checking tire pressure and tread depth. Oftentimes, tires don't get the respect they deserve, which can end up with horrible consequences if you're at the wrong place at the wrong time. Think about it. Your entire 2-ton vehicle is connecting to the road through just 4 patches of rubber, each about the size of your hand. Those 4 contact patches take care of everything from acceleration and braking to keeping you pointed the right way during a rainstorm. Let's start with tire pressure. Arguably the most neglected yet simplest maintenance task that can save you money, improve safety, and extend tire life, all in one. Checking your tire pressure is easier than making a sandwich and takes about the same amount of time. All you need is an inexpensive pressure gauge. The pencil-style ones are fine, but digital gauges are more accurate and easier to read, like upgrading from VHS to Netflix. The trick is checking your tires when they're cold, meaning before you've driven more than a mile or so, as driving heats up the air inside and gives falsely high readings. It's like weighing yourself first thing in the morning versus after you've popped down to Chick-fil-A. While you've got that gauge out, take a moment to check your tread depth too. The legal minimum in most places is 1.6 millimeters, but in the real world, it starts going down well before that, especially in wet conditions. Once they wear, the difference is like that between new running shoes and ones with the soles worn smooth. You might get away with the worn ones on a perfectly dry track, but add some water and you're going to slip and fall. A simple way to check tread depth is the penny test. Insert a penny into the tread with Lincoln's head upside down. If you can see the top of Old Abe's head, your tires are worn beyond safe limits, and it's time to get some new rubber on. Changing a flat tire. No matter how well you take care of your tires, a flat tire is something that every driver will inevitably have to face at some point in their life. It's like catching a cold. Regardless of how healthy your lifestyle is, sooner or later, those germs will find you. And just like you wouldn't want to be caught without tissues during a sneezing fit, you definitely don't want to be stranded with a flat tire and no idea what to do about it, especially in an area with no cell service or when roadside assistance would take hours to arrive. Changing a tire isn't rocket science. It's more like making a sandwich. You just need to follow the correct steps, and you'll be back on the road in about 20 minutes. First things first, when you hear that unmistakable flap, flap, flap sound, don't panic or slam on the brakes. Simply signal, slow down gradually, and find a safe spot to pull over. You want flat, solid ground that's as far from traffic as possible. Before jacking up your car, gather all your tools from the trunk, the spare tire, jack, and lug wrench. They're usually tucked away under the trunk floor like Christmas decorations in the attic. Here's a crucial step many people miss. Loosen those lug nuts before lifting the car. This is like unscrewing the lid of a tight jar before trying to remove it completely. Your car's weight provides the resistance you need to break those often stubborn nuts loose. Just don't remove them completely yet. That comes later. Now position your jack at the proper lifting point and raise the vehicle until the flat tire is about 6 inches off the ground. The jack needs to be positioned properly though, or things could get wobbly real fast. Once the car is stable, remove those partially loosened lug nuts, pull off the flat tire, and mount your spare in its place. Hand tighten the lug nuts in a star pattern before lowering the car, and once it is down, use the wrench to fully tighten those nuts. No need to channel your inner Hulk here. Firm pressure is more than enough, and you'll be back on your way in no time. Tire rotation. Sticking to the topic of tires, knowing how to rotate the tires is also important. But why? Well, let us explain. Tire rotations are one thing that's easy to overlook, but skipping them is like always chewing your food on just one side of your mouth. Eventually, you'll wear down those teeth much faster than the others. Each tire position on your vehicle experiences different forces and stresses depending on whether your car is front wheel, rear wheel, or all-wheel drive. For example, front tires on a front-wheel drive car handle the majority of the braking, turning, and acceleration forces, causing them to wear out nearly twice as fast as the rear tires if left in the same position. By moving tires to different positions every 5,000 miles at about the same interval as your oil change, you're essentially giving each tire a chance to rest from the high-stress positions and spend some time in the less demanding spots. It's like rotating players on a basketball team so nobody gets completely exhausted while others barely break a sweat. This simple maintenance trick can extend your tire's overall lifespan by up to 20%, potentially saving you hundreds of dollars over time. So next time you're getting an oil change, make sure to ask for a tire rotation too. Your tires, your wallet, and potentially your safety will thank you for it. Checking the engine oil level. The engine on your car is essentially an orchestra of metal parts moving at incredible speeds, all working together in perfect harmony. But unlike an orchestra that can take a break between performances, your engine runs non-stop, generating enormous heat and friction that would destroy it in minutes without proper lubrication. That's where engine oil comes in. It's like the conductor that keeps everything running smoothly. Checking your oil regularly is another simple yet important maintenance task you can perform right at home, potentially saving you thousands in repair bills down the road. Checking your oil is surprisingly simple and requires no special tools or expertise. Start by parking your car on level ground and waiting until the engine has cooled down, usually 10 to 15 minutes after shutting it off. This is crucial because hot oil expands and circulates throughout the engine, which would give you a falsely low reading. It's like trying to measure the water level in a pool while someone is doing swan dives. Once the engine is cool, pop the hood and locate the dipstick. It usually has a brightly colored handle that stands out among the engine components, making it as easy to find as a penguin at a beach party. Pull it out completely, wipe it clean with a rag or paper towel, then reinsert it fully and pull it out again for your reading. The dipstick will have 2 marks indicating the minimum and maximum oil levels. Ideally, your oil level should be somewhere between these marks, preferably closer to full. While you're checking the level, pay attention to the oil's color and consistency too. Healthy oil should look amber and translucent, like honey or maple syrup. If it's dark brown or black or has the consistency of molasses, it's time for an oil change. Think of it like the color of your coffee. The darker it gets, the longer it's been brewing. Transmission fluid. Deep within your car, the transmission works tirelessly to send the engine's power to the wheels, allowing you to accelerate, cruise, and shift gears. The unsung hero in this complex operation is the transmission fluid. Think of it as the multi-talented lifeblood for your car's gearing system. This special fluid is constantly lubricating a maze of moving parts to reduce friction and wear, much like engine oil protects your engine. It also plays a vital role in carrying away heat, preventing the transmission from overheating during its demanding job. Furthermore, in the sophisticated world of automatic transmissions, this fluid acts as a hydraulic medium, providing the necessary muscle to execute smooth and timely gear changes, almost like the hydraulic systems that power heavy machinery. Allowing this critical fluid to degrade or run low is like asking an athlete to perform without proper hydration or joint support. Performance will suffer and damage is likely. Over time and with many miles traveled, transmission fluid loses its protective qualities and can become contaminated with tiny particles. When this happens, you might start to notice your car isn't shifting as smoothly as it once did, perhaps with hesitations, rough transitions between gears, or even a sensation that the gears are slipping. These are often the early warning signs that your transmission is struggling. If ignored, these symptoms can escalate, potentially leading to overheating and severe internal damage, which could culminate in transmission repairs that are notoriously among the most expensive a car owner might face. Keeping an eye on your transmission fluid is therefore a key part of responsible car ownership. For some vehicles, particularly older automatics, checking the fluid level is as straightforward as checking your engine oil using a dedicated dipstick, though it's crucial to consult your owner's manual for the correct procedure, as it often requires the engine to be warm and running. However, many modern vehicles, including those with continuously variable transmissions, CVTs, or certain advanced automatics, feature sealed transmission systems without a dipstick, meaning fluid checks and changes are best left to a qualified mechanic. Manual transmissions, on the other hand, typically have a fill plug that is open to inspect the fluid level. Beyond just checking levels, the fluid itself needs to be completely replaced at intervals recommended by your vehicle's manufacturer, which can range significantly, often anywhere from every 30,000 to 100,000 miles. This isn't merely a top-up, it's a full exchange of the old, tired fluid for fresh, new fluid that meets the precise specifications for your car. Using the exact type of transmission fluid stipulated by the manufacturer is absolutely critical, as using the wrong kind is like giving someone the wrong blood type. It can cause serious and costly internal harm. While a transmission fluid service, which might cost between $100 and $400 or more depending on your vehicle and the service type, is more involved than a simple oil change, it's a vital investment. Regularly scheduled attention to your transmission fluid is a fundamental step in ensuring your car operates smoothly for years to come. It can save you from the significant expense and inconvenience of major transmission trouble down the road. Topping up brake fluid. Any perfect trip can turn into a disaster if you lose your brakes, which is why keeping the brake fluid topped up is absolutely critical for your safety and everyone else on the road. Your braking system works through hydraulic pressure, so no fluid means no brakes. It's like having a fire extinguisher with no water when your house is burning down. Checking your brake fluid is refreshingly simple. Just pop the hood and look for a white or translucent plastic reservoir with min and max markings on the side. The fluid inside should be relatively clear to amber colored. If it looks dark brown or black like used motor oil, it's time for a complete brake fluid change, not just a top-up. If the level is below the minimum line, adding brake fluid is as simple as unscrewing the cap and carefully pouring in the correct type until it reaches the maximum mark. Just be careful not to spill any on your car's paint. Brake fluid is more corrosive than battery acid and will strip paint faster than you can say, oops. Always clean the cap area first to prevent dirt from falling into the system, because contaminated brake fluid is like putting sand in your coffee. It ruins everything and can cause expensive damage to your brake components. Replacing headlight bulbs. Imagine driving in the thick of night and boom, a headlight bulb goes out. Now that's one situation I'd hate to be in, and I imagine you would too. Suddenly half of your visibility vanishes like a magic trick gone wrong, making that dark country road feel like you're navigating through a cave with a half-dead flashlight. What's worse, you might attract unwanted attention from your friendly neighborhood police officers, as driving with a burned-out headlight is both dangerous and illegal in most places. The good news? Replacing a headlight bulb is one of those maintenance tasks that looks way more intimidating than it actually is, kind of like assembling Legos. When it's time for a replacement, your first step is to find the correct bulb type. This is crucial as headlight bulbs aren't one size fits all, and using the wrong one is like trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Your owner's manual will specify the exact type, or you can use the vehicle selector tools on any auto parts store website. While you're at it, buy 2 bulbs and replace them as a pair. If one bulb has failed, its twin is likely not far behind. It's like socks. When one goes bad, the other's days are numbered. The actual process of replacing them is surprisingly straightforward. With the engine off and completely cool, open your hood and locate the headlight assembly. Most modern cars have a plastic cover or access panel behind each headlight that you can remove without tools, though some might need to be unclipped or unscrewed. Once you've accessed the bulb, you'll need to disconnect its electrical connector by pressing a tab or lever and pulling it straight back. No tools needed, just like unplugging a table lamp. The bulb itself is typically held in place by a retaining clip, ring, or by a twist lock mechanism that turns counterclockwise to release. Once loose, the old bulb will come straight out. Here's where things get a bit tricky though. When handling the new bulb, never ever touch the glass with your bare fingers. The oils from your skin can create hot spots that significantly shorten bulb life. It's like touching a ticking time bomb. Either wear clean nitrile gloves or handle the bulb by its plastic or metal base only. Installation is simply the removal in reverse. Insert the new bulb, secure it with the retaining mechanism, reconnect the electrical plug, and replace any covers. The whole job usually takes less than 20 minutes per side and can save you $50 to $100 in labor costs. Jump-starting your car. The final maintenance tip on our list is something every car owner should be familiar with, and it's jump-starting a dead battery. It's one of those essential skills that falls into the category of hopefully you'll never need it. But when you do, you'll be really glad you know how. Much like knowing how to perform CPR, jump-starting a car isn't something you use often. But when that moment arrives, typically at the most inconvenient time possible, like a dark parking lot after work or when you're already running late for an important meeting, it's absolutely priceless knowledge. The process itself isn't hard at all, but it does require careful attention to detail, since we're dealing with enough electrical current to potentially damage vehicle electronics or create sparks if you're not safe. Think of it like making a bomb defusal scene in an action movie. Red and black wires matter, and the order you cut them is critical. The good news is that with a basic understanding of the process and a pair of jumper cables, you can be back on the road in minutes. The most critical part of jump-starting is connecting the cables correctly, like following a recipe where the order you put the ingredients in the pan actually matters. Always start with connecting the red cable to the dead battery's positive terminal, which is usually marked with a plus sign or sometimes red coloring. Next, connect the other end of that same red cable to the positive terminal of the other car. Then connect the black-colored negative cable to the negative terminal of the helper battery, followed by connecting the other end of the black cable to the negative terminal of the dead battery. This creates a complete circuit that allows electricity to flow from the good battery to the depleted one. Once you've double-checked that everything is connected properly, start the engine of the helping vehicle and let it run for a minute or two. This allows some charge to flow into the dead battery, like giving someone a Red Bull for a quick energy boost. Then try starting your car with the dead battery. If it starts, congratulations. Let both cars run for a few minutes to allow the alternator of the formerly dead car to begin charging its battery. Oh, and when disconnecting the cables, follow the reverse order of how you connected. That's it for every maintenance car owners should know, and if you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe to Tune My Ride.